We're about to come up to my grandparents' house where I was raised. All my amazing, loving childhood memories were spent right here. And it just brings me to a good place always, because it just reminds me of just everything. The carefree, no bills and no responsibilities, and watching Nickelodeon, and just a good time of life.
This girl has so much strength. She has this strong will to move on, to keep living, to push. And she's put forth an amazing effort to try and bring awareness to understand this disease, because people don't understand it.
I'm not going to judge anybody by the way they look, and that's the message I want to portray. Don't judge me, and don't be scared of me just because I look like this. That's one major thing that I've learned, is to never judge a book by its cover. Growing up, I had a really loving childhood. I grew up with my grandparents in the same household with my parents, so there was a lot of love there, a lot of care. We always supported each other, no matter what was going on in each other's lives. If someone was sick, or the good times, if it was somebody's birthday, we were always there. We were a very, very close family.
She was a beautiful child. She was a great kid, too. She always excelled. Even from a little kid, you could tell that she was going to be a terrific student. Her personality has always been great. She's always been a people person.
When I first met her, we were in band class together, and she was just super goofy, and that initiated my goofiness, and we just clicked that way. And she's just always so funny. She's always the person to light up her room and make people laugh, make people smile.
Jessica in high school was the same as she is now. She's just very vibrant, full of life, very fun to be around.
It carried right on from her being a child right into her adulthood. She's still the same way.
Dear Scleroderma, before you came into my life, I thought I knew who I was. Coasting along the smooth seas of my 20s with the whole world at my fingertips. Going to school, working, maintaining my relationship and friendships were the focal points of my life. I thought I was finding myself, but as it turns out, you were finding me. I remember going into Walmart, going grocery shopping, and both my hands turned completely white. And it's kind of cold in grocery stores, so I kind of associated it with, well, maybe I'm cold. I didn't really know. But as the years went on, I noticed my hands started to turn blue instead of white. And this skin discoloration, it started out as a little patch behind my ear when I was 19, and it started to go and go and go. And I'm like, okay, well, maybe there's something going on that I need to check out here. As time went on, the seas of life began to get a little choppy. Cold hands, joint pain, and white skin patches were the very first signs that my body was malfunctioning. But I paid you no mind. I figured you were just a phase my body was going through, and it'd be over soon. So I continued on with life as normal until summer of 2010. I heard your name for the first time, Scleroderma. It was as foreign to my ears as an uncommon language. The doctors didn't seem to know much either. They prescribed a concoction of pills to try to slow down the hurricane you were about to rain down on my immune system. But you are incurable and seemingly permanent. I now need help with everything. Getting dressed, washing my hair, cleaning, doing laundry, pretty much anything I have to use my hands for. You stole my independence. I had to learn to swallow my pride and ask for help. It's a tough thing to do, especially when you're at an age that's supposed to be your prime.
That was a difficult time. It was on my mind 24/7. My family doesn't really know that it affected my work. It stressed me out a lot. I was really, really stressed out when I found that news out, and I still think about it a lot. But now I'm, kind of used to, adjusted to, the idea of all the complications she had from it.
She had a great relationship with her father. They're very close. She could talk to him about anything. He helps her, pin her hair up when she goes into the shower, put on her shoes, help her put on her clothes sometimes. But most of the time, that's my job. I do a lot, with her hair, wash her back when she needs it. I cut up her veggies. A lot of things that she's not able to do, we have to do it for her.
You feel self-defeated when you start to notice you're losing your independence at 23 years old. As you go through these things, you get broken down completely. And I have to give up a lot of stuff. I have to swallow my pride and even personal space, like getting dressed and stuff, like that's like personal, but hey, if I need the help, I need the help, and I'm not afraid to ask for it anymore.
I could tell you an incident that happened recently. She called me and she wasn't able to pump the gas. So I had to go over, went to the service station, and I helped her, pump the gas. I had to unscrew the cap and all of those little things that we take as just everyday thing. To her, it's a chore.
Friends and family around me have blossomed into caregivers, and helping me has become second nature to them. It's a beautiful thing when those surrounding you automatically adapt to your disability. Support is the lifeboat that keeps me afloat.
Her friends, they are amazing, and they help her out when she gets in like a depression because she lost a friend recently. They all took her out, made her feel happy.
We adjusted as she adjusted. I've learned what makes her comfortable, what doesn't make her comfortable, if that makes sense.
It's gotten to the point where it's just second nature for me. She doesn't really have to ask. Simple things like opening a water bottle, even opening a door. If she's going to the bathroom, if it's somewhere we've never been before, usually I'll go with her just to make sure, if it's a handle that she can't open or something like that. Everyday things that you don't really think about you'd ever need help with.
Different forms of treatment passed me by, like ships in the night. But I began my own form of therapy. When I took a moment to stop and look around me, I saw so many others drowning. So I built my own ship and pulled everyone aboard. I made a Facebook page and a website because it was very uncommon what you were doing to my body. I started going out into the community and speaking to the general public about scleroderma. It started to become a movement. I wanted people to see what you were capable of, so I posted pictures of my hands and skin online to encourage others not to be ashamed if they were going through the same. Other patients began messaging me for support. They yearned for contact with someone going through this bizarre disease.
She's actually really artsy, and she's really good on the computer, and she'll make little, uplifting, inspiring quotes and little icons and avatars, and it's a community so that other people with the same disease, scleroderma, can go on there and they all relate. They'll ask questions, they'll answer questions. It's a tight-knit group, so she'll be, talking to someone she's never met before, in a different state, even a different country. I know she has a couple of friends from Australia that she met on there. I think it's awesome what she's doing because she's essentially bringing people together who had no idea what the disease was when they got it, and it helps that way.
On Facebook, I read a lot of the comments and how people really admire her for her strength, her ability to be a survivor. And a lot of people can't do that.
Originally, it was just for the sole purpose of awareness, and now it's blossomed into so much more than that. Supporting people online has given me great joy. Sometimes they message me and they say, if it wasn't for you and your post today, I would have never gotten out of bed. If you can do it, I can do it. And that means more to me than anything. It makes the whole entire disease worth it, even if it's just one person that says that. But it's multiple people saying, you inspire me, and I'm just being me. I'm not trying to be somebody else. I'm just showing them how I'm living my life with the situation to turn it into a positive. It's very beautiful in the way we connect and support each other and say, I understand what you're going through. These people think that they're weak. We're not weak, we're strong. Because we go through this every day and we still get up and we still do what we have to do. So we are scleroderma strong. We are survivors and warriors. And it's not obviously all positive all the time, but when you focus more on the positive than the negative starts to diminish and your life becomes one big positive.
I admire Jessica's attitude, her perseverance. I don't see how she does it, because this is a really tough disease, and for her to fight the way she does and carry herself every day, she never gives up.
Scleroderma has done a lot of things to me. Physically, it has demolished my skin to the point where I'm uncomfortable almost all the time because my skin is so tight. It has ravaged me, but in all that pain and suffering and tears, it has made me really, really strong. I won't give up because I can't give up. I have too many people depending on me, I feel like, for strength, or even if it's just a laugh or a smile or friendship or just so many different things. So I have to support my community and I have to bring awareness to it. And if I give up, I feel like a lot of other people around me might give up. This is the life I've been given and I can't teleport into another body, so I have to fight every single day because life is very short and you have to make the best out of every day no matter what. As I started to overcome these obstacles and realize, okay, my life is gonna be a little bit different now. And as much as it broke me down, it started to build me up into this new person. And I didn't mind who I was becoming as I started to accept it. And so when I get comfortable in my disease and my ailments and my limitations and I teach people about them, they become more comfortable in learning that that's who I am. I wanted to show the world our struggles and triumphs. Our life is a constant tug of war between fear and bravery. The mental burden alone of being disabled is heavier than 1,000 suns. I used to care what others thought of me. I used to be vain. I used to argue over petty things. I rarely gave thanks for seeing another day. But you changed that. I've learned to let go of anger. I've learned to love myself and respect others going through any kind of struggle. You brought compassion into my soul. You taught me not to complain about the little things because there are endless things in life to be grateful for. The pain you put me through has made me a better person. You exercised my inner strength to withstand any storm of life. And for that, I thank you. Thank you for making me Scleroderma strong.